Hey guys, Cameron with CBM Reviews here, and I'm shooting outside, but that's because my kids are acting a fool inside, and I wanted to talk about the latest 2 episodes of Doom Patrol. Normally I like to have 2 episodes to talk about. The last time I talked about it, they released 3 episodes in 1 week, so there was 4, and I really didn't want to get into specifics on that video. I may talk about some mild spoilers on this one. I'm not going to give away the whole farm, and if you hear thunder, that's because it's looming, but it's not about to rain, I don't think. And like I said, my kids are acting a fool. So episode 5 is dealing with Dorothy still trying to fit in. She is no longer going to be living on Danny the Street because Danny is no longer going to be a street. He's going to be a tire. That's Danny's choice. That's how he wants to live his life. And Dorothy is kind of feeling like there's no place for her. So the chief gets a great idea. It's a terrible idea to have Baby Doll, which is one of Jane's personas, play with Dorothy. Because why not have your child play with what is akin to a loaded weapon? What could go wrong? Needless to say, something went wrong. I'm going to get back to what happened there, but first, Larry's still trying to connect with his family. He last connected with his family in episodes, I believe it's 2 and 3, where he met with one of his sons. One of his other sons committed suicide. He actually got to witness it because of the spirit that resides inside of him. So he goes and meets with his son and his son, which happens to be Larry's grandson, and also his great-grandson. Supposed to be a happy little moment, right? Nothing in Doom Patrol is ever a happy little moment, okay? Because his son, who is in the military, calls either the military or the Bureau of Normalcy on his father, and so they have to make a hasty retreat. And remember when I was talking about how Jane's persona, Baby Doll, playing with Dorothy, and how that's not a great idea? Well, something bad happened, and it leads directly into episode 6. And episode 6, there is a fallout in the underground. The underground, of course, is Jane's mental construct to kind of keep her 64 personas in check. Because Dorothy has killed a couple. Baby Doll being one of them. And so they're having a funeral of sorts, and they're going to take the 2 personas that died and toss them in the well, which is where one of her personas supposedly committed suicide. That is what's happening on Jane's end. She was found with a whole wax face covering, which was done by the candle maker, who is the one who keeps telling Dorothy to make a wish, and he grants whatever wish she makes, usually with disastrous results. And so that's what's going on there. And then there's these guys, 2 guys and a woman that crash land? No, they land safely in front of the chief's house, and they are the, oh gosh, what were they called?
The Pioneers of the Uncharted.
I don't remember what they were called, but I was almost certain that they were the Challengers of the Unknown, and they even have a name that is similar to the Challengers of the Unknown, but they were not. They were something of the, I can't remember.
The Pioneers of the Uncharted.
But they show up and they're like, we need to see the chief because he sent us on a mission in 1955. And they're all young. They look very young. And Larry speaks to one of them, the woman on the trip, and it turns out that she has the same type of spirit that Larry does, that they were sent on similar missions, but they both have different results. They still have a spirit, but she doesn't have the radiation scarring. She doesn't have the poisoning. She's able to control it, where Larry has yet been able to control that. Also, And Dorothy is upset because of what happened with Jane. So she decides she's going to take off in the same rocket that the not challengers of the unknown.
The pioneers of the
uncharted. Got it.
Landed in. And there's conveniently another rocket in the garage.
That's just lazy writing.
And Niles and Robot Man go up to go get Dorothy back. And there's a moment when they're on, I guess the moon is where they are, which is, before I continue, super dumb. There's a moment that they have on the moon that is quite touching between Robot Man and Dorothy, because Dorothy's in a spacesuit. Robot Man, for whatever reason, because he still has a brain, doesn't need oxygen, and they're talking, and it's kind of nice. He convinces Dorothy to come back with the chief, and at the very end of the episode, the chief puts Cliff in an airlock and jettisons him into space, which further cements the fact that the chief is a terrible human being. Because whereas Cliff is nowhere near my favorite character on the show, he does not deserve to be jettisoned into space. There are other side things going on with Rita. Rita is giving support to Larry in episode 5, and then she decides she wants to try to feel more like herself in episode 6. So she joins the community theater because they're doing Our Town, and she's like, oh, this is a classic play. I've done this before, but they're really talking about what happened at the very beginning of the Doom Patrol series, where their town gets sucked into a wormhole by a flatulent donkey. Words that I did not expect to audibly say, but that's what happened. And that's pretty much the synopsis, with some spoilers in it, of episodes 5 and 6 of Doom Patrol. As I've said before, you can catch Doom Patrol on HBO Max because DC Universe who? And, let me know what you thought about the episodes in the comment section down below. You enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Share this with your friends, and as always, this is Cameron with CBM Reviews. We'll see you next time.